Ante.
That there is an art and craft exhibition for those of you who have not seen those things in front of the wide hall behind the two canopies standing to the right. I'll remind our guests that there is an exhibition of arts and crafts of this kingdom in front of the wide hall, which is behind the two canopies standing to the right. When you get there, you will discover a lot for yourselves. I want to say that the incoming President General of India, the Kemal Greek, will make a statement as the funds were retired. While all other dancers prepare, we will listen to that statement as soon as I will execute.
Some people put their heart for jumps and rings. Some they put their heart for Gambe. Some they put their heart for Nyongo. Some them say no witchcraft define. Some people worship stones and are gone. Some they worship sticks and are gone. Some they get national rings. Where they worship and gone. Now only you, me I know. Jesus, now only you, me I know. Omega, now only you, me I know. Now only you, Jehovah Jireh. Now only you, me I know. Jehovah Nissi. Now only you, me I know. I am that I am. Oh. Now only you, me I know. Now only you, me I know. Nyakacha esa rukwi mukondo. Wabito bisa kechoroki. Mwana wasa rukwi motwari bongomo. Omongo nongi mo, omomboy mo. Moto wasa rukwi choma charina. Omusaki moreri munyeri mo. Moto wasa rukwi bepa peri webe. Omusaki bepa munyeri mo. Namari tata we kondoa. Uwe muti wose fari we morema. Namari tata we kondoa. Uwe muti wose fari we ma. Wewe timba ni joy. Wewe timba ni joy. Wewe timba ni joy. Wewe timba. Somewhere wabana. Na only you me I know. Jesus yeah. Na only you me I know. Another God no day like you. Na only you me I know. Jesus yeah. Na only you me I know. Jesus okena.
Akmaniko masike mikono. Akmaniko masike mikono. Afikponke mi ndiongo. Afikponke mi kono baba. Afikponke mi ndiongo. Afikponke mi kono. Akmaniko.
Na only you me I know.
Cha.
Na only you me I know.
Afikpongo eria basibomo. Abase feni baga brother. Ariye di kara ire riboro. Abase feni baga. Aforiye di na uwe baba. Aforiye di kara ire riboro. Afikponke mi dongerong no. Afikponke mi kwekwono. Afikponke mi tuayono. Baba base feni baga o. Afikponke gini kono. Me base fene baga korete. Abase njomino. Afikponke mi mono. Ndio ngoke usere feno. Ukuka kemite. Me base fene ba. Ekorete basi amoto ino. Ubaga wete nyere nyakwe o. Mbono ki nyakwe o. Sakwe javiso ariongo fini bomo. Ayunu wene o. Sakwe javiso na gode o lamfoya. Doctor call you. You are the greatest healer. Even children call you Father, Father. Foresters call you Baba. But you are the tree of life.
Na only you me I know. Na only you me I know.
Kumo nu faweka o, abate feri baga. Kumo nu faweka o, abate feri baga. Kumo nu fawa bitore, abate feri baga. Kereri oro mi abate feri baga. Etana kobuyo fo fere kakero ikoro. Eliminati ya kobuyo fo na fere kero ikoro. Aye 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 aye. Mbo yoro te kamo aye. Apanico, you're only for you.
amour, nul comme toi. Pour puissance, nul comme toi. Nul comme toi. C'est Nayongo na Bugwa Benite. Amoua, Chekero Livotai, Nanyugwe. Amoko kwa Clementi Bomba Konjo, Nabariki. Amotekerai. Nina Mutekera Mutivramo, Nichema. Webito Mopa Makimo. Nina Mutekera Mutivramo. Oma Kwe Maria Osisowa. Yo tata kwete to sucha. Yo kweme kwete to sukoro. Yo kweme kwete to sucha Chavis. Bocha Chavis. Asoko nomba music. Betoni jamba ya verori.
Listen carefully. Chinese are ruling the Chinese land. Japan is ruled by Japanese. England is governed by Englishmen. America is governed by Americans. So Africa must be ruled by Africans. I wanna know the land. We must rule from Cape to Cairo. We must rule our purpose land. I say, we want to know who owns the land. I want to know who owns the land. Aslan, hey, purpose. nation. What a photo. Since the time of sun and sand, since the time of moon and stars, since the time of air and sea, since the time of men and things, we must run from Cape to Cairo, and then look through my purpose land. Purpose land. Oh! Okay now I want to talk to my people. Now we are the crossroads. On the Femo, London. I'm not Femo, London. Oh, Falimu Mega Baba. Yeah, oh, Falimu Jackson Yalaka. Oh, Falimu Tizanga Betonge.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening to all of you joining from Ground Zero all the way in Amazonia, and of course all of you watching and tuning in from all of Africa and the rest of the diaspora in Europe, in Canada, in South America. Thank you for tuning in to ABC Amber Television live from the great state of Texas, precisely here in Houston, Texas. It's a privilege to come to you once more with updates on the liberation struggle of Amazonia. We've got so much ground to cover today with so much taking place. In the home front, we're going to bring you, I will bring to you a panel of 3 that will be dissecting all what has taken place and continues to take place within the last few days, beginning starting last week. And so, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead as usual, supply me 700 people immediately within the next 5 minutes so I can come in with the panel to begin this broadcast proper. Don't touch your remote. I will be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again. It's a privilege to come to you today with revolutionary updates, and I have so much to bring to you today. I shall be going back to the killings in Moyoka. Remember, they are now killings, no longer a killing, but killings in Moyoka. We're gonna go back to that to visit that scene and many other scenes which have since taken place in that town. And then we will look at this so-called protest rally by some hypocrites of women in Amazonia. Not in Amazonia, yes, actually in Amazonia, Boya precisely, and of course in Yaoundé also before the American embassy. I also have a very, very important message, ladies and gentlemen, for Kumba and the traders in Kumba. We're going to be talking about that, and I have a special announcement. If you are watching from K-Town, I want you to take this message very, very seriously. We're going to be coming to that. And then we'll be talking about the colonial ministers order to stop the purchase of axes and machetes in Ambazonia. How stupid can that be, ladies and gentlemen? Who is going to enforce that? How can it be enforced? And do they forget that we no longer take orders from Yaoundé? All right, we're going to be touching on that also. And then we'll be talking about the arrest and detention of Barrister Ayukantang in depth a few days ago in Victoria, and the effort that was put in place by different lawyers, his colleague lawyers, to get him released. We learned that he has now been released. Barrister John is here, and we're going to be talking about that. We're going to also be talking about the security of Ambazonians on ground zero, considering all that French Cameroon is perpetuating to kill her way to keeping their one Cameroon. We're going to talk about that. Bishop John Egeawan is here, and we are told that 130 deserters, Ambazonian restoration fighters deserters who deserted to their DDR so-called centers escape. We don't know how far that is true. We believe if indeed they are not accountable, they have been killed. We're going to be talking about that too. And also, I will take a few announcements. I want to say this before I get into this, and please, as you join, just go ahead and hit your share button. I am waiting for 700 people right here on this Facebook platform to come to you with this presentation. So please go ahead, hit your share button. The next 3 minutes, let's make it 700. Well, almost 500. I would say 500 right now. So please, the next 3 minutes, 200 more before I come to you with this presentation proper. Now, this is an announcement that I like to bring to you. We get a lot of information coming from ground zero. We have learned that a group of boys, gun-toting boys, are going about in Bamenda, approaching businessmen and women and asking for financial support. Again, listen to me. We have learned that a group of gun-toting men, boys, are going around in Bamenda, visiting the business community, men and women, asking for financial support. Financial support for whatever reason, we do not know. But here is what is going on. They approach you. If you are a businessman, they approach you, they ask you to support them. When you say you don't have money, they pull out the gun from their pocket. I think they carry pistols. So when you say you cannot afford anything, they pull out the gun from their pockets. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we want you to know this interim government has fighters in every county in Ambazonia, but none of them has been sanctioned to go about asking for a dime or a franc from anybody on ground zero. When they approach you, you have a gun, you shoot them. Anybody approaches you asking for money, you have a gun, whatever you can do, shoot them down. That is not, we have not sanctioned any restoration fighter to go about threatening any life. Ladies and gentlemen, those who go about threatening people, abducting people, asking for ransom, stealing from people, they are not, again, listen to me carefully, they are not Ambazonian restoration fighters. They are not fighting for Ambazonia. They are not extorting and abducting people in the name of this struggle, in the name of this interim government. They are doing so to fill their pockets, and it's all about them. It is all about them. Treat them the same way we will treat enemy invaders from French Cameroon. Treat them the same way you will treat occupier forces from French Cameroon. In fact, some of them, Some of them may actually be French Cameroon soldiers, because we do not imagine of any Ambazonian restoration fighters who would go around harassing the business community for money when they are already losing a lot. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is very, very important. Anybody calling your phone asking you to give money, that is not an Ambazonian fighter. Treat them as French Cameroon occupier fighters, the scouts coming over from French Cameroon occupying our territory. That's exactly who they are. So please, this announcement is very important. Do not consider anyone asking you a dime as representing this struggle or fighting or asking in the name of this struggle. All right. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are almost hitting 700, just less than, I think, less than 60 people to go. But hit your share button as you join. We got so much to talk about today, so much to discuss today. And I hope that what we bring to you here will strengthen you, encourage you, empower you, especially all of you on ground zero. We know you need this. You need this on a daily basis for what you go through. You need the strength, you need the encouragement, you need the information. They say information is power. And that's exactly what we do here at ABC on a daily basis. So please, for those of you joining by way of Facebook, hit your share button. And while you do so, I want to remind all of you that beginning Monday, we shall be carrying on a telethon right here at ABC to raise funds to maintain, to keep ABC coming to you, this time in a very, very special way. In fact, on Monday, we're going to be revealing to you the new studios of ABC, especially Studio 1 and 2 of the news. ABC News that will start coming to you early next month, possibly first week of next month. So please, I am appealing to you, prepare to support ABC. All of you in Europe, all of you in the USA, in Canada, please, this message is particularly for you. You are able to use your credit cards, you are able to use your debit cards, you are able to use your PayPal account, your Cash Apps, your Zelle, and so on and so forth to support ABC. We desperately need your support to continue to come to you and in a better way, not just the way we do all the time, but in a better way. We are trying to grow the programming here at ABC, make them more educative, more informative, more entertaining too. And we are also trying to bring you ABC, for those of you in the diaspora, on an app that will broadcast 24/7, so that what Ground Zero watches 24/7, you also can watch in the diaspora 24/7. After this broadcast, we will shut down ABC on the social media, but Ground Zero is still watching it 24/7, different programming. Through the app that we are developing, you will be able to receive ABC on your mobile gadgets, your computers, also 24/7. But before we do that, we need your support. We need your support to draft generously on ABC this coming week. Again, we're launching ABC Telethon that will run up on Sunday, August 30th, with ABC Draft. Our target here is at the least $200,000. And let me appeal to every one of you out there who is my fan out there. Please, I am appealing to you. I've got to shut this down, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you, ladies and gentlemen, who are my fans out there, I want to appeal to you to please consider a special donation. Consider a special donation for ABC. In fact, I need 15 people, fans of Chris Anu out there, who will say, Secretary Chris, I just want to appreciate you for all that you do for this revolution and for ABC. who will say, Secretary Chris, I am putting in $1,000 to support ABC. It is not coming into my pocket, ladies and gentlemen, but you are appreciating the time, the sacrifice that I put in here on a daily basis to keep the wheels of this revolution running. If you are one of those, please, I am urging you, I will open the phone lines at the end of this broadcast to take the calls from those who will say, Secretary Chris, I am putting in $1,000 for ABC because of you, because of your sacrifice. I need 15 people, 15 men and women in America, in Europe, who will draft on behalf of Secretary Chris today for $1,000. Between today and next week, $1,000. And I believe there are many of you out there who can do it, ladies and gentlemen. And the good thing is that for those of you who live here in the USA, every donation to ABC Amber TV is tax deductible. And you will recall that ABC is now an official 501c3 non-profit organization. And so every donation, if you live in the USA and you pay taxes in the USA, every donation to ABC is tax deductible. So please, I am appealing to you. If you cannot call, you can send me a text to say, Secretary Chris, I am donating $1,000 for you, for your basket, and for ABC before this broadcast is over. Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen, for again tuning in. We have more than the numbers required to start the presentation proper. But as I go ahead with the presentation, I'd like you to keep on hitting your share button. Let's get this platform completely saturated. I am joined today, ladies and gentlemen, by men and women that with familiar faces, men that you know. I would like to invite them to join me now without any more wasting of your time. Barrister Nsoh, it's a privilege to have you again today, so welcome to ABC Live.
Thank you, Secretary Chris. Thank you for once again inviting me. I'm very happy to be here today. Are you getting me? Did you get me?
Not too sure if he's not muted at his end.
He must be muted. Wow. There's something wrong from his end.
And who is muted? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was the one muted here. Comrade Bo, I hope you can hear me now.
I can hear you 5 on 5. Thank you very much.
Okay, awesome. It's a privilege to have you, sir. There is so much to talk about here today. We will get into that shortly. But let me welcome Comrade John Egiawan. It's a privilege to have you one more time, Comrade John.
Thank you very much, Secretary Chris, and thanks all the Ambazonians that are watching from everywhere in the world.
Okay. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. There is so much that we have to discuss today. You all know that for the past 1 week, so much has been going on. on the ground back in Ambazonia, even in the diaspora, precisely ground one in Calabar, where Bernard Okalia Bilai, the man where they lie, he had planned this trip to Nigeria to visit with our refugees in Calabar with the mission of trying to convince the Nigerian authorities and the refugees to come back home. Come back home to what? We can't tell, because those refugees, they are still in the camps because they got no homes home. They are still in the camps because they don't know where to go to. So, but thank God the refugees stood their grounds and met with Nigerian officials and told them there is no way they will entertain any visit from the colonial governor Okalia Bilai in Boya. They had also made some had some meetings with the governor of Calabar, who is very, very understanding, very understanding, and they have since changed their minds from having Bernard Okalia visit Nigeria and talk less of the refugees. I think this was a big victory for our refugees in Nigeria. Now, besides that, we also had the killing. What has turned into killings in Moyoka, where we saw the butchery of these, is it 34 years old Chief Florence Tumasang or Timasang or something like that in Moyoka. Now, her death resulted to the killings of so many other people by French Cameroon soldiers. Now, the initial question was, who killed Chief Comfort? Who killed Chief Comfort in Moyoka? Immediately after the incident, the Cameroon media, La République du Cameroon media, rushed to the conclusion this was a handiwork of Amber boys or separatist fighters in Moyoka, as they call it. Now, a few days after it is turning out, ladies and gentlemen, La République du Cameroon set up everything. In fact, the footages that we find out in the social media was taken by one of the Cameroon soldiers who was part of the whole plot. They used our boys who were hungry for money to commit that act, and then took the videos and they put out there. Of course, when you see our boys, what will you say? You will say, those are Amber boys, because their faces are recognizable. People know them in the community. But it turned out they were paid to play by French Cameroon soldiers. So we are asking the family of Chief Florence to hold French Cameroon soldiers perfectly responsible for the killing of their sister and subsequent killings that they carried out in Moyoka a few days, I think on Monday. They went out and killed 4 other boys. Got the community to bury them. After they buried them, they came back in the evening at 6 p.m., arrested some few people in the community and forced them to exhume the corpses from the graves for whatever. They are the only ones who know. They know what they were trying to ascertain or to cover by asking for the exhuming of those corpses. So they exhumed the corpses and they took photographs. They went back and asked the villagers to rebury them. That's what is going on, ladies and gentlemen. Talking about a cover up. When it is all said and done, we shall hold La République du Cameroon responsible for all of these deaths. But forget about these deaths. That people wonder. I had an encounter with Human Rights Watch, a lady in London, I think so, and it took me time convincing them that we are not responsible. She went as far as calling the names of those who did it. I said, yes, those names may be names of our restoration fighters, but that doesn't mean they plotted that thing by themselves. They were promised money to go out and say, we did it after they did it. So we're going to be talking about that today, but we want all of you to know, all of you Ambazonians to know, you must take to Twitter. You must take to Twitter with the narrative that French Cameroon is not only killing people. The narrative is they continue to kill people, to pin it on Ambazonia restoration fighters. It is a progression that we have seen from the onset of this war. We saw them tear Sam Sawyer into pieces and then sever his head, cut off his head in Bamenda. We saw them go to Bafut and cut off the head of a taxi driver and hung it on the tree like a souvenir in Bafut. We saw the case of Mami Api. We saw the case of Besem somebody just last Friday in I think that was in is it Banga Bakondu? I guess it was. These things have a precedence, ladies and gentlemen. These things, they have a precedence. La République du Cameroon continues to do this, engage in this systematic plot to annihilate our young people, take note, our young people, so that they can quickly go ahead and declare victory and avoid any form of mediation for this crisis. But we can assure them that idea that we will fight until one man standing, until the last man standing, no last man is going to stand. We all will stand to fight and crumble French Cameroon. We are already crumbling their economy to the extent we now learn they are going to Nigeria printing counterfeit money and circulating across the country. You may be asking, why can't they, what is wrong for them to print money? No, they don't have the authority to print money because their money is under the control of the Central African, they call it CEMAC, I think so. That is the authority that controls the printing of money in that country and in the whole sub-region. So no individual country can go out and print money. But La République is beginning to do it. That is the evidence of their frustrations in this war. The evidence we are crumbling their economy. The evidence we are told that now contractors in that country can no longer be paid because there is no money to pay them. The only thing they are trying to take care of right now without delay is the payment of those soldiers who are fighting, because they know they do not pay those soldiers. Those soldiers will either desert or will revolt, will lay down arms and ask, why are they dying? What are they dying for? So that is what is going on, ladies and gentlemen. And as I said here last Tuesday, we must continue. We must continue to crush the economy of that country. We must continue to crush their economy. Brasseries, we must continue to go after them until no single bar or off-license, unlicensed is selling any bottle, a single bottle of any drink produced by brasseries. We must go after every French Cameroon company. We will also in the near future begin to shut down the roads. The roads going to Kumba, Manfe Road, Boya Kumba Road. I don't want to talk about Bamenda Mbunda, because there is actually no road there at all. No road there. But Tico Douala will shut them down too. This is very, very important, because we shut down one of those roads. I remember when we shut down Boya Kumba for 4 days. We were told that French Cameroon was losing over 400 million francs a day. Over 400 million francs in a day, ladies and gentlemen. So we must continue with this economic dissemination of French Cameroon. And of course, we continue to make it very, very clear. All of their administrators in our country, the colonial governors, the colonial mayors, the colonial SDOs and DOs, the colonial government delegates, the colonial police, the colonial gendarmes, they remain unwanted in Ambazonia, all of Ambazonia. And Paul Atanganji is out there making statements or passing orders, canceling the buying or purchasing of axes and machetes from any shop in Ambazonia. Who told Paul Atanganji that Ambazonia still takes orders from them? Who told them that? Traders in Bamenda, traders in the southern zone, Tico, Kumba, Victoria, Boya, Moyuka, everywhere. Everywhere. You don't have to take instructions from Paul Atanganji to sell the stock in your shops. No, you don't have to do that. Anybody coming in to buy a match, even if you are selling a gun, please know that you are no longer under the subjection of French Cameroon authority. Go ahead, sell your gun. For those of you who still have guns in your home to sell them to those who need it. All right, so but Yawande continues to do all these things with impunity, and slowly but surely we are holding them for that place where it's not easy. And very soon, very, very soon, they will be on the negotiation table. It's a matter of a must. They have no choice. They have no choice. If they thought they were going to kill us to surrendering, no, they are mistaken. Every one person that we found killed in our territory always stirs us up. Ladies and gentlemen, every killing, every death only stirs up our resolve to prosecute this war until Mr. Biya and his troops come to the negotiation table. That's all that we know. So they can go on killing, but I can assure them, killing is not going to stop us from prosecuting this war. I received messages upon messages from Ground Zero saying, Secretary Chris, please, you guys don't give up. You guys don't give up. Don't give up. Keep on. Please, please hold it on. If Ground Zero is this resolve, ladies and gentlemen, why are we going to give it up? Give it up. Why should we give it up? After all these sacrifices, after over 12,000 deaths, how can we even think about giving it up? That is not going to happen. We will hold French Cameroon to ransom, not until it comes back to their mind to get on a negotiation table. If they were listening to their own honest citizens like Dieudonné Essomba, I think this war would have long been over. If they had gone to the negotiation table, the killings that we see in Moyoka all over the place perhaps may never be there. Every death in Cameroon, in Ambazonia, must be hung on the head of French Cameroon. That is exactly what it is. They are the ones who declared war. They are the ones who invaded us. They are the ones who are burning our cities and burning our towns and villages and chasing our people to the bushes and to refugee camps. All right, we're going to get into that. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome my team once more. Barrister John, I start with you, sir. So much going on. So much going on in Ground Zero in the past 1 week. So many killings. And French Cameroon doing all that they can to pin these killings on Ambazonian restoration fighters. You have been following up this development. Please tell us what, interpret what you see going on the ground for our people to understand. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. Let me tell you what I understand. You see, there is no perfect crime. La Republique planned the killing of that woman and hired people to kill that woman. And the aim was to hang it on the Ambazonian restoration forces. But guess what? They saw that it was going to backfire. So they started looking for ways to hide evidence. First, they arrested 3 boys in Muyuka and took them away. Nobody knows the whereabouts of those boys, those children. Second, they came back and killed 4 boys who are supposed to be the ones that they hired to kill that woman. Why are they killing them? They are trying to hide evidence so that those boys don't testify in any court or before anybody what they know. So they have to kill them. And since they went and they were not sure that they were all there or that those were the boys that were responsible, they came back and ordered the population to exhume, and they took pictures of those corpses that they exhumed and went away and asked that they should be buried. All that in an attempt to verify if they have actually done the killing of those who killed that woman, so that that story never comes out anywhere. In the same vicinity of Muyuka, they caught a girl and tied on a stick. And those people who were standing there and beating on that girl, and one of the soldiers was filming, were all identifiable soldiers. Well, I want you to know that one of them is a Bamileke boy called Yumbi, one of the soldiers. He was properly identified. And these people were beating on that girl the girl was tied on a tree and they were beating on her. And they filmed, and the famous Nkonda titles was making commentaries. You see, the Republic must think that the whole world is as stupid as they think. They may think that the lawyers around the world are so stupid. There is no evidence right now as to who killed the lady, because all of them have been killed and buried by La Republique. So there's no evidence. But hey, La Republique is playing. Everything that happens in that war zone, we have satellite imagery. They are being filmed from the air. Whether they like it or not, the truth has been exposed and will continue to be exposed. They have not succeeded in hiding evidence. We now know that they planned the killing of that girl. And how do they plan it? They use that girl as a sex merchant for them. Just because of her senior brother. Her senior brother was first arrested.
Oh, I'm not aware of that.
Yes, her first brother was arrested a year ago, and they asked her.
When was that?
To pay in the Muyuka, to pay a whooping sum of money that they didn't have. The whole family gathered small money and gave that girl. She went there and pleaded with them. They organized and said, okay, we will accept on condition that you become our woman. And that is how they started using that girl sexually. And I think they must have found out that she was no longer useful. And because they have been looking for ways to hang all the killings on Amazonia Restoration Forces, they organized the killing of that girl, because the other killing, just a few blocks away from that place, about a week ago, in the same Muyuka, did not give the results they wanted. So this is what everybody knows in Muyuka, because I've been talking to people on the ground there. Those 2 women were killed by La Republique of Cameroon. They killed the first one, and it did not give the results. Then they killed this one, and they were filming as they were cutting that girl's head with the neck with the cutlass. What an atrocious regime!
Ntumfoyn, you have written, I have read what you have written about this incident, and of course, your conclusions are the same, that there is no doubt that French Cameroon soldiers committed this murder. Can you please tell Ambazonians why you came to that conclusion?
Yeah, thank you very much, Secretary Chris. I am delighted to be here, delighted to be with Bishop John and with Barrister John, 2 Johns. Let me say, Brother Chris, number one is this. What is very clear is that this young lady was being sexually exploited. In war lingo, she had been converted into a sex slave. She was obliged by the link that she had established after her brother was arrested to return herself as a sex good to these soldiers. And the confession on the tape before she was killed was to the effect that she was rendering that same kind of service the night before. Now, soldiers in war zones or anywhere else cannot use women, abuse women, exploit women, turn women into sex slaves as they had done with this young lady. Obviously, they discovered that at this point, they no longer had use for her. Now, there are two things that they created. Number one, by moving this lady into military barracks in a war zone, they had turned her into a military operative. She had become an informant and therefore a military target to some extent. And she became an embarrassing target for them at a time when they needed to try and create as much revulsion in international community as much as possible. That is why they decided that they were going to slit her throat, that they were going to film this, and that they were going to pass it on to Kunda Titus so that he can broadcast to the world and try and scandalize the world about, just look at what Ambazonians are doing. But this incident cannot fool anyone who has been following wars across the world. Because in every war, governments have used militia. La République du Cameroon used a militia, you remember, to escort, first to arrest and escort those mothers in the northern zone and their children, bring them to the stake, and they were tied up, blindfolded, and executed. It was the militia that they used. When the moment came for the arrest, they arrested a few soldiers. Some of them were dead already. Okay, so they arrested nobody. Then when they went to Ngabu, they used another militia, another pro-government militia. They claimed that they did not know where the militia had gone. No, they are using those militias intentionally. Then they moved into Ambazonia, and they have been using those militias on a systematic basis. They use a militia to abduct the PSS Nsoh students, and we found out that some of those operating there were members of the armed forces of La République du Cameroun, which is a dignifying way to say the terrorists of La République du Cameroun. And the incident that Barrister John Fruso was mentioning a moment ago, the upside down crucifixion, so-called crucifixion of this lady, you take a good look at the picture and you see that the woman has her hand on the ground. So there's no pain being inflicted. You will see that the person pretending to beat her is using some towel to throw at her. So there's basically nothing happening there. What all these incidents confirm to us is that they show to you, including the pulling out and the execution of the young Ambazonian man, they show to you a pattern of La République, a pattern that we saw with Florence Ayafo, a pattern that we saw with this lady, Comfort, a pattern that we see with this young man. This is the system that La République du Cameroun is using, and they're hoping that they could pin it on Ambazonia. They are joking because they're going to pay very dearly.
Bishop John, you are at the center of this, and you saw the narrative coming from French Cameroon, and the French Cameroon media. They were quick to label it on the separatists, and they were also, their governor was also quick to descend on Mallorca to put some money into the hands, the pockets of the family of Chi Florence. All these rush cover up that we're talking about. But then suddenly it began to occur that the whole thing was a setup. The whole thing was a setup. Since then, they went back to Mallorca. They have killed so many people. I would like you to tell us about the security situation in Mallorca, Econa axis currently.
Secretary Chris, I don't want to add to what my senior comrades have said, Barrister John Nsoh and the one and only You know, as we are speaking right now, the Republic has just killed a young boy and a pregnant woman who were not able to run away to the bush. As we are speaking, I just got a message coming in, and that's what our Republic is doing. A pregnant woman and a young man have just been killed in Ikata right now, Muyuka. This is what our Republic is doing every day. You know, the civilians, our civilians are suffering. And this is what La Republic has decided to do. They see that they have not been able to defeat us by war. They have not been able to defeat us by propaganda. And now they want to frustrate our people. They want our people to develop hatred for us because our people are our first line of defense.
Right.
That too is not working. And you see that everything that they are trying to do is backfiring because as they plan all that they are planned at, it is being exposed. Like this incident we are talking about in the incident of Myoka. Immediately that happened, the young man that called, he called and told the commander on the ground that this is what he has done, and they told us to say it's him. But none of them were there. Even the young man who claimed that he was the one who did the act, he was not even in the scene. If you could see those people who did the act, he was not one of them. So it is only after as we started investigating and all these things started coming up that we found out the true story. It is very, very, right now, for the past 3 days, La Republic have been killing people in Ekata, burning houses. You saw the pictures of the houses that they just went there and burned, and that's what La Republic is doing. I am telling you, Secretary Chris, Ambazonia is winning this war. The Ambazonia restoration fighters are on top of their game. They are winning this war, and La Republic is so miserable and frustrated. They are losing armored cars like people are losing flies. Armored cars. Can you imagine within a space of 10 days, less than 10 days, La Republic lost 4 armored cars and 3 up armored trucks in the southern zone, in just 2 counties. That's what it is. You know what how much one of those armored cars costs? So La Republic is so miserable, they are so frustrated. And you know when you are fighting with somebody and the person reach the point where they are so frustrated and just doing whatever they want to do, Secretary Chris, that tells you that the person is gone. When somebody is fighting and they can no longer control themselves, they can just do whatever they can do. It is all that it means they are losing the war. So I am telling anybody who is sitting on the sideline and watching this, know that La Republic is finished. This is the end of La Republic. This is the end of La Republic so far as this war is concerned, Secretary Chris. That is the security situation on the ground. Yes, unfortunately, our civilians are suffering. Unfortunately, our civilians are being maltreated. They are being killed. Like, I mean, this is. I've never seen a government like this. And yet, you will see some people go and that they are protesting. Well, our public is doing this thing. Look, a pregnant woman has just been killed. You will not see those hypocrites. Those women who call themselves Northwest and Southwest women, hypocrites. You will not see them protesting, but you see when they hear something that La Republic has cooked, because it is all the plan of La Republic. It is all the plan of La Republic, and they have connived with all these fake NGOs that are working in Ambazonia, connive with them and tell them, oh, look, this is what we are going to do. When we do this, just promote, let the Ambazonia people look bad. And that's what they are doing. But when they commit all the atrocities, none of these women, none of these pastors or churches, they go and stand up. God bless that pastor in Mautu who stood up and let the world know the atrocity that La Republic is doing. So, sir, I want to tell you that the security situation in Ambazonia is better than ever before, because we are putting La Republic on their knee. Like you used to say, we don't hold them for their canas.
Yes, indeed, we don't hold them for their canas, them no so now. Let me ask this question to all of you there. You know, when this story first broke, there is this Ntumfoyn calls him CRTV Annex in Houston, Texas. And this guy, who is known to be a felon, and not just a felon, I understand he used to be a mortician. Now, a mortician is like a really nice word there. If you're not intelligent, you think a mortician is like a pilot. A mortician, now, person where they look out, die people them for for
mortuary.
for mortuary. So let me put it to everybody's understanding. But this is a guy who wanna be journalist or investigator who calls this guy in Moyoka and say, hey, you know what? You agree to committing this crime. I put 10 million in your hands to support you, so that because you guys are doing a great job. And the guy in Moyoka goes ahead to accept it, and it becomes the narrative. La Republique runs with it. And before you know, La Republique is telling the world that Ambazonian separatists, they did it. Their newspapers, the Guardian Post, which we have banned, ladies and gentlemen, they come out screaming with their headlines, Ambazonian separatists have killed a woman, and so on and so forth. I want to ask all of you here on this platform, what do you think this was a setup that this guy in Houston, Texas would have to call this guy, promise money in his hands, and then the guy accepts it, and then the narrative goes on from there? You think this was a setup? Barrister John, let me start with you, please.
Yes, it was a proper setup because it was part of the narrative to show that this thing was done by our boys. Let me tell you what that idiot in Houston did. He called this guy, the guy they called General Charger, is it Charger?
Charger, yes.
Yes, in Muyuka, and tells him, I will give you 10 million if you accept that you are the one, you and your boys did it. And this Charger of an idiot, whether he wants money for what, he said he wanted the money to buy his material. I'm not sure that Charger is working for the restoration forces. At any rate, that's a story for another day.
Right.
This guy accepted, and then the 10 million was not paid. The guy is now screaming. And my understanding is that we have laid a hands on him and let him tell who are the boys that he used. And he is saying he was set up. They wanted to give him 10 million and he accepted. He was not at the scene of the incident. He knew about it. He saw the incident happen, but he was not at the scene. I mean, it's part of the narrative that La Republique is shopping for evidence, shopping to put it on the restoration forces. But they don't know that everything they do backfires. That is what has happened. This Charger man is a very good witness that we intend to preserve for the ICC. I hope Bo is listening to me. The Charger man is in the keeping of the restoration forces in Muyuka, and we will be taking him as a witness for this atrocious act that La Republique has committed in Muyuka. Because they thought that they could win him to admit, and they use that admission to say that it was the restoration forces. But they forgot to pay him. That is the catch. They forgot to pay him, and this guy is now denouncing and cursing them and threatening that he will cut. What is that man's name?
Kumba Theodore.
Yes, that when he sees him, he will cut off his head, he will kill him or whatever. Charger is going to tell us at the ICC what he knows. But this crime in Muyuka and others cannot go without the courts, the International Court of Justice, looking at it. Because La Republique is killing our people and thinking that they can get away with it. Look, it is a pattern that La Republique has developed since the 60s. They went to when Bamileke people were being killed in what you call the Cameroon War of Liberation by the UPC. They were cutting the people's heads and putting on the road. The same thing is happening with us. They started with a teacher's head in Bamenda. went to Baku, killed a civilian and hung the head on the road. They cut some Sawyer's head. They have now cutting this woman's head. It is a pattern, and we are prepared to show that pattern. And the witness, we have a crown witness who was being sought after to denounce, to say that he and his boys did it. And he will tell the court what he knows.
Ntumfoyn, please come in here and chip in your angle to this.
Yeah, I'd like to follow on the point that was being made by Barrister John Frusso, the angle of the pattern. And I will just go back to the early 1990s. During the ghost towns, Foshive invented people who were burning down places, who were confessing to burning down places, who said they were put on drugs by the opposition. Those people did not exist. They were all military people working in Mufti that they were using to create all of these crimes. After the 1992 election, they invented people who went around burning homes. And everything was burned by La République soldiers working in Mufti and working in coordination with their troops. They burned down people in their home, people like Alhaji Tita Fomukong, and when they burned down somebody, including Diongum, who was burned down in Muyuka, when they burn down somebody, then they go to their burial and they give money to the family. That's what they did to Diongum. That's what they did to Alhaji Tita Fomukong. This is La République's system of operation. Now, we have seen in the course of this war that when they want to buy over an Ambazonian fighter, they will go out there and get them like Nambere, get them like Nsoh Foncha, to show up and claim that they were doing things that they never did. They will show up and pretend to be who they are not. They will get people like Kawa Kawa to go out there and say things that are absolutely outrageous. And sometimes the price for doing that is a gun to their head and a promise of clemency and forgiveness and a possibility to integrate you into the disarmament center, giving you forgiveness. Now, the foolish ones will say yes, both to that promise of clemency and the promise of money. In this case, our mortician friend of CRTV Houston is running the show from out of there and saying to people, this is what is happening. Theodon Kumba is not part of this revolution. And that pattern continues. Theodon Kumba is one of the first people who was trying to topple everything we were trying to do with this revolution, beginning with the setting up of Morris to, the Morris convention that we held in Hagerstown, where he was in the business for setting up trouble. That was all what he was, and working for La République du Cameroun. That is his pattern. It is not going to change. Again, let us remember very well that it is not because someone says that they committed a crime that it means that they did. When the United States was attacked on 9/11, there were many groups that said they were the ones who were responsible for the attack. There are claims that are not credible. If I claim that I was the one who executed a bombing in New York, no, that claim is not credible. So when people who are nowhere close to the crime start saying that they committed the crime, it does not mean that they did. Even that confession does not mean that they did. And there are some people who confess these things from out of the gun being held in their head, from out of their head being, a bit of cuckoo when they're in La La Land. It does not mean that when you make a confession, it follows. And a court of law, and I'm not the one to speak here about that, but Barrister John Nsoh can follow on that. But a court of law will want to establish why you will benefit from a crime. And there's no Ambazonian who will benefit from the crimes that La République du Cameroun is laying out. Every one of those crimes, including the pattern in which they are committed, including the fact that they pass through Titus Nkunda so that he can broadcast them, they leave a footprint, a handprint, a fingerprint, all the way back to the criminal who staged them. And that criminal is La République du Cameroun, the only person who benefits from this crime. And the crime is, let us try and set them up as terrorists. They have tried that in courts of law in the United States using Barrister Nsalai. I don't even know if I should put Barrister in front of his name, but he's been chased away from court because the courts have told them very clearly, and La Republique knows this, that the people of Ambazonia, these are the courts of the United States, they have said the people of Ambazonia have a right to defend themselves. It's in court documents. And they have also told them in the second court case that you are trying to use judicial terrorism against these people of Ambazonia, and it's not going to work in the United States. So they can keep trying their luck with all of these stage protests where they go and rent a crowd and give them Bia's portraits to come and say Ambazonian leaders in the United States should be arrested. We are ready to be arrested. We are ready to be killed, but we are not going to stop the war, and our people are not going to continue to live through this slavery.
Chris, are you muted?
I'm sorry about that. Yes, Ntumfoyn, they always leave footprints on everything that they do, and that is why everything they have done, there is now precedence. But Bishop John, I think no, it was Barrister John who mentioned he doesn't know whether this guy in Moyoka who received this phone call from this mortician in Houston, he doesn't know whether he's indeed a genuine restoration fighter. What do you know about him?
Secretary Chris, you know, for the sake of investigation, I don't want to say very much about this young man. But this young man, as if it is the charger that we know, he has been somebody who is fighting on the ground. He took over from General Wazuzu. So he's somebody we know that is one of us. But you know, as these boys are on the ground, things can happen. You just heard him that he thought that he will have money. I don't know, by this time, all Ambazonians should know that La Republique is broke. Before La Republique is promising you 10 million, you think that you are going to get the 10 million, you are a fool. La Republique hired lobbies in the United States, they could not pay them. La Republique is scamming even the Westerners. Because of this, we have made La Republique to bleed money and blood. La Republique is bleeding money. So all these people who think that they are going to make deals with La Republique and they will get money, they are deceiving themselves. There are many like this who are being deceived, Secretary Chris, on false promises that La Republique is giving them. And maybe La Republique will take a couple of some thousands, and maybe 50 or 25,000 and give them. They begin to be happy that La Republique will come and give them 10 million or 1 million. It is a very big fat lie. So this is what is happening. It is not an isolated case where some people have fallen from grace. There are some people in Ambazonia, some genuine fighters who are falling from grace because they cease to abide by the creed, our Ambazonian creed, which says that you cannot make any personal profit or use your position to obtain any personal profit, personal gain, or obtain group gain or profit, which is against our ground rules. And some of them have fallen short of this, and we know them, and we are singling out of them. Some of them have been disciplined, some of them have just disappeared, and we are hunting them. Because so far as Ambazonia is concerned, it is a country of law, and our military is going to be a military that is law-abiding and respect human rights. I have stood on this from the first day I joined this revolution to lead the military. I've stood by this, and we came out with the ground rules and the creed. If you look at the Ambazonia Restoration Forces creed, you will know that this is our standard. Look at our ground rules. They mirror the international norms, and this is our standard. So, but even in the United States, some soldiers, they do careless things. They go against the law. They break the rules. It happens. And once that happens, they are dealt with. They are they are sent to prison in Lenwood and other places. And this is what we will do, or water that is committing such an atrocity. We have disarmed some of them. We have disarmed some of them, and some of them are locked up. Some of them we have taken their phone, taken everything away from them. We are just leaving them. They are serving in the camps. They are doing their punishment. So this is what we do, Secretary Chris. And so far as that young man is concerned, if it is the charger we know, He was a restoration fighter.
All right, awesome. Great to hear that. Let's move a little bit to a related issue there in Ntumfoyn. I will start with you. We all are aware of this group of women demonstrating in Yaoundé in front of the U.S. Embassy, and those also demonstrating in Boya. But precisely those in Yaoundé demonstrating there, asking or demanding that the U.S. arrest some of us, including you, the separatists in the diaspora, you know, supposedly, who are responsible for all these killings on ground zero. What do you make of those women? I call them hypocrites, sir.
I mean, this continues what we have already talked about. You remember the French embassy in Yaoundé trained a group of women whom they called ambassadors of peace. The UNDP sponsored another group of them. Again, I want you to connect this international conspiracy, and for the people of Ambazonia to continue to connect this international conspiracy. So the French trained them. You know, the French foreign minister, who is now regretting that there's been a coup d'etat in Mali, who was in Cameroon earlier, and we've told him very clearly that we have no interest in continuing any kind of union with La République du Cameroun. He was deaf to that sentence when we told him. The same way that they were told in Mali that the Malian people don't want Keita continuing this stupid relationship with France and this subordination, and they did not listen. They're finding themselves where they are. So they go to La République and they train these women at the embassy. The UNDP sponsors them, including sponsoring them to travel around the world in the name of peace. They sponsor them to stage all these clown events in Bamenda, in Victoria, in Boya, claiming to be for peace. They are demonstrating behind B soldiers, the people who are killing people all over. But they are fabricating outrage when they know that the throat of one lady has been slit. Meanwhile, they don't remember that 12,000 plus Ambazonians have been killed, including their throats being slit, beginning with Samsoya. They don't remember that Mami Happy was burned at home. They don't remember that 4-month-old baby Martha was shot on her bed when her parents fled. They don't remember that even domestic animals were killed. Domestic animals tethered to trees or held in their shed behind family homes. When the people fled, these people showed up and killed them. Now, this fabricated outrage, you cannot be outraged when you don't remember that 400 plus villages have been burned and that people in their millions live as internally displaced or as refugees in La République du Cameroun or refugees in Nigeria. You cannot fabricate this outrage and it will be authentic when you remember. I mean, this is what some slaves did during the slavery, when they could not allow those who wanted to free them from slavery to allow them to walk into freedom. This is outrageous, and La République du Cameroun is trying to do it with the support of some people in the United States. This is where those of us who live here in the United States have to be very, very careful. There are people here on green cards, people who are citizens, who are going to La République du Cameroun and helping to set up this nonsense. Our job must be to bring those people to the attention of their employers here in the United States. We must do what people have done.
I think that is a very, very important point there, yes.
We have to make sure that they pay a price for aligning with the genocidaire. We cannot allow them to go free. So any one of them who wants to go and do that nonsense, they're going to have us.
That is a very, very critical point there, Ntumfoyn. I think we should begin to look out for these enablers and traitors in the USA and in Europe. Let us begin to take them to Twitter, begin to take them to their employers, let their employers know they are facilitators of genocidal crimes in La République du Cameroun and in Ambazonia. Barrister John, let me get to you on this subject of the arrest of Barrister Ayuk Tokonchang Nkongo. He is one of the attorneys representing Sisiko and Nera orders in Kondenge. He is actually representing my sister, who is also there in Kondenge, and he has done a fabulous job, But the impunity continues in La République, with La République, to the extent that an attorney could no longer go to talk to his own clients. He is picked up and dumped behind bars for days, Could this happen in French Cameroon? Barrister John.
Chris, I am telling you that La Republic has descended into the abyss because there is no law again in La Republic. Power is on the street. Because I cannot imagine there is a procedure for the arrest of a lawyer. If you have a complaint, a criminal complaint against a lawyer, you file the complaint, it must go straight to the examining magistrate, who is the procureur. It is only the procureur that can order the arrest of a lawyer. The question that comes to my mind is, who is this procureur that arrests a lawyer who was investigating the assassination of his client? Who? He went to Chico to find out how two women looking for snails were shot and killed by the bee. What crime did he commit to investigate? The role of a lawyer, when you take a case, you must find out all what you want to know about that case. This young man was doing exactly the job that he was trained to do. And he was arrested in Victoria and taken to the gendarmerie in Victoria. He was not even arrested in Chico, where he went to find out about the killings of those women. He was arrested in Victoria and taken to the gendarmerie in Victoria. For what reason? Was the arrest ordered by the examining magistrate, the procureur de la République? If it was, on what basis? Because a young man, a very vibrant young lawyer, doing his work to try to find out what happened to his client, is that a crime in anywhere in the world? La République no longer respects its own laws, even its own laws. Well, I think whether they respect it in La République du Cameroon, I wouldn't know. But it looks like that their respect of the law does not apply where they claim it is part of their country, Ambazonia. How can you arrest a lawyer? And I take this opportunity to thank my colleagues in Victoria for rallying to the help of that lawyer, and is now out of detention. I don't know I don't know whether they are going to put out charges against him. I'm not sure. For what? He was barely finding out how his clients were shot and killed. And they were shot and killed when they were looking for snails to go and cook.
Right.
With all the misery that our people are going through, even to look for snails is a crime, to be shot and killed, and then you arrest the lawyer trying to find out what happened.
Now, Barrister John, let's get to this other subject that you find on your screen there, and I will go back to Ntumfoyn on this first. Yes. La République du Cameroon may have killed 130 amber deserters. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no sympathies for those guys, if indeed there are anyone killed or who escaped, according to La République du Cameroon, because nobody sent them there in the first place. They were free to leave the battlefront and go to anywhere they want. If they didn't want to fight or continue fighting, they were at liberty to leave and go anywhere they wanted, but not to the hands of the enemy. But La République is now telling us that 130 of them escape to where? Nobody knows. Who are they? Nobody knows. How many did they have in custody? Nobody knows. I think the summary here is that French Cameroon is plotting another lie. So they have killed these guys and they want us to believe they have escaped. How come? How come, ladies and gentlemen, that they will say 130 people have escaped? 130, not 13. 130 have escaped, but nobody has seen any one of them. None. Bo Herbert, please. Do you believe this is exactly the case? What they are telling us is exactly the case here.
Can I say something before Bo comes up?
Okay, please, before I bring in Ntumfoyn, come in, Barrister John.
Yes. Look, if you read that story, it was reported to VOA by Moki Edwin Gesika, whatever they call him.
Yes.
Of CRT. Let me tell you what a whistleblower said to another journalist of a certain newspaper, that actually it is not 130, it's more than 200 that La Republique has killed and buried. And the reason is simple. These are boys that they have been using to terrorize our people, to kill our people, and once they have done all those jobs, then they fear that they will betray the cause. They take them and go and execute them. It is another way of hiding evidence. La Republique, even though we don't.
I mean, I'm not cutting you short, but can you imagine they put out a report 130 escape, but they cannot even put out the names.
No, yes, that is the point. The point is, I want to say here that in international law, once you have people under your detention and care, you must account for them. La Republique will account for those. They are bad citizens, but they are still our citizens.
Please come in.
Will account for every one of them that was in that detention, because the whistleblower has all the information and has given it to one journalist who is not publishing the real truth, the real whole thing. But that is the story. These people are no longer alive. They are about more than 200 plus or minus that have been killed by La Republique.
Will we get to the bottom of that, Barrister John? But Ntumfoyn, please come in with your take on this.
Yeah, I think the first thing to be very clear about, is to be very clear that La République du Cameroun does not have Ambazonian fighters in detention at the disarmament center. They don't have anybody there. They have a series of people that they have been rounding up in Calais, like they did at the stadium there in Moliko the other day. They move them into detention center, and if they don't pay a price for their liberty, they get executed. They have nothing to do with the war, because Ambazonian soldiers, Ambazonian restoration forces are not surrendering to these people. Now, the Bostal Institute in Boya has always existed. It is a place for juvenile delinquents, for rehabilitation of juvenile delinquents. You don't move adults into a juvenile delinquent facility. But granting that they did, the only people they have moved there are people from whom they want to extract confessions, people from whom they want to push so that they can go and slit the throats of young girls and film them so that they can then execute those people. You know what happened to the militia, the Fulani militia that they brought into Ngabu? They said they cannot account for them. No, they executed them. Once the guys had done their job, they were executed. That is what is going on at what they call the DDR centers. They go and recruit these people. When Gerard Ngala in Kumba and Ndonga Mantong, when he goes out and says he's got repentant, so-called repentant separatists, they're not repentant separatists. The government militia that he has put in place, including Fulani people that he has moved in, that he then uses for his own purposes. What did they do to the Mbororo people from Mbororo ethnic descent, whom they used in places like Womb and Santa to kill people. What they did immediately after is go back and execute them and then issue a report saying that Ambazonian fighters are targeting the Mbororo people. This is the process that La République du Cameroun has been following. Now, if La République du Cameroun thinks that they have Ambazonian fighters in detention, let them know, let them at least go and take the statistics from other wars. So in the war in Liberia, there were at least 70,000 combatants on the rebellion side. In the war in Sierra Leone, there were over 100,000 on the rebellion side. In Cote d'Ivoire, even in Cote d'Ivoire, when there was no prolonged fighting, there were 70,000. 40,000 of them got reintegrated into the army. So there are at least 100,000 Ambazonians who are right now fighting in this war. So if they got 130, that is pitiful. That is absolutely pitiful. And we should remind everyone that La République du Cameroun officially recruited 14,000 pro-government militia in the northern part of the country. You don't have to ask me. You go and read the International Crisis Group, their report. You will see the number in there. And you will see that in one of the last reports in 2019 of the International Crisis Group, they were asking what La République du Cameroun was going to do with that militia. Now that they say that they were moving resources from the north into Ambazonia because they have defeated Boko Haram, so to say. Those militia were moved to Ambazonia. The facilities that we have seen now built around the Bamenda Bafut International Airport, those facilities are all places where they are holding these guys and deploying them like hawks to go around Ambazonia slaughtering people. La République du Cameroun is not going to be able to hide this evidence. It is out there for everybody. And it just takes a little bit of research to find out exactly what is going on. So they don't have a disarmament, demobilization, and reintegration center. Otherwise, Nambere will be in a demobilization center. Was he not a general? Why is he going around in town?
Exactly.
Kawakawa would be. Why is Kawakawa running campaigns around? Why are those people who were supposedly buried alive? Why are they running campaigns around? Why is someone like Santos, who is a former combatant, you know, for all purposes, why is he not in a demobilization center? Does he not need rehabilitation? Because, you know, every time I think he's a bit cuckoo, but does he not need rehabilitation? Why are they moving him to a disarmament center? Because none exists. La République du Cameroun is moving hardened criminals from jail. They are promising them release. They are taking them to the demobilization centers, and they are getting them to perpetrate these crimes, and then they execute them. That's what's going on.
Exactly. I think that is the point. But let me get to Bishop John there. Bishop John, again, as I said from the beginning, I really have no sympathies for those guys if actually they are deserters from the Ambazonian Restoration Forces, because they had the choice, if they didn't want to fight, to move to anywhere in Ambazonia, anywhere in the diaspora ground one, if they wanted to. But if indeed they went and surrendered themselves to French Cameroon, and French Cameroon may have killed them, and they want us to believe they now escaped, yet nobody can find any of the escapees, I think this should be serving our restoration forces to know. If you run to the DDRO centers anywhere in the southern zone, northern zone, you are going there for your own death, for your own grave. Am I correct, Bishop John?
Yes, Secretary Chris, you are very correct. But I want to add this to what you are saying. Let me tell you, people don't understand. La République does not have money. La République does not have enough forces to spread all over Ambazonia. And they don't have money to pay even the ones that they have spread. La République don't have money to send soldiers to be guarding a DDR center. So what the Comrade Boy is saying that is just perfectly true. They don't have soldiers to be guarding those places, you know. So this is all what they are just trying to be a sham. International, they have been trying to go to different countries, to Japan, to get money. Even the money that France promised to give to the UNDP. France did not give the money because France know that it's going to backfire. There's not going to be no recovery or reconstruction in Amazonia during war. So La Republic is all deceiving these people. Let me tell you. Look, said Chris, look, La Republic soldiers are not being paid, and they have not been paid for a long time. Many of them have deserted. La Republic is not telling you this. La Republic does not even publish their dead people.
You know, you are very correct. You are very correct, Bishop John. I can tell you how many of them I know in Ghana. I mean, La Republic soldiers, I know quite a number of them who deserted and are in Ghana. They can't go back. Some are in Gabon. Some are in Equatorial Guinea. I mean, La Republic soldiers who discover that this war is a dirty war, a senseless war, and don't want to die for nothing.
Yes, that's why I'm telling that, look, say Chris, La Republic is hurting. Let me tell all Amazonia and all the Amazonia restoration forces, look, you are doing a great job. La Republic is hiding everything, and they are just making, we see on social media, and some stupid people like what they call them, MKD, my country people, they are publishing all these atrocities that they have cooked up, saying that it's Amazonia. It is, La Republic is so dead gone financially, with the military, their morale is all gone. You know, I want to really praise those La Republic people who have some sense and some conscience to be posting all those videos. Continue to do it. Let the world see how wicked and rotten La Republic is. La Republic has deserted. Now, so you said something before. I just want to go back because we are going to miss that point. The point that the women were protesting in Yaoundé. I want to tell you something, and I want to tell the world something that is going on. When La Republic kills Amazonian civilians, when La Republic kills children and women, this fake women NGO, they don't protest. But when the La Republic plan and act, you see them go protesting on TV, and you see people like Mimi Mifo promoting that, and you have some of those people who were lobbied in America protesting. I have their names here. I want all the activists to see this. They should take this number, and they should take this number and call these people. You see, Ifat is she doesn't believe in one Amazonia, and she's protesting for a joint Cameroon. And then these are the people that are taking fake messages from Human Rights Watch and promoting and blaming the victim. Blaming the victim. You see, they have killed somebody, a woman, a pregnant woman in Moyoka. Those women will not protest. They have killed children. They have burned houses, churches. These people do not go and protest. But when you see what La Republic plan and do, that's when you see them protesting. All these fake NGOs, we are going to ban them. We have banned some in Amazonia. I will be banning all of them. That women organization in Northwest and Southwest, they call the Northwest and Southwest women, they are banned. I'm using my authority as the defense person to ban this NGO in Amazonia. They are fake, and they are working for La Republic to cover the crime and to blame the victim. Which kind of world would you see blaming the victim? And you have human rights professionals trying to cover up for La Republic and pushing all fake committed crime by La Republic that it is committed by the Amazonia Restoration Forces. It is a shame for people in the first world to be supporting a genocidal government like that of La Republique du Cameroon. It is a very big shame for somebody in the West who know democracy, who know peace and justice, like in America, like in Canada, like in the UK, for them to be promoting and taking money to push for a genocidal government and to cover up the crime of such a wicked, devilish, terrorist government like Cameroon. You know? So all these people who are promoting, these are hypocrites. I just wanted to get that out of the way. And please, call them. These are their numbers. Call them and let the world know. They went and gave wrong information to the how they call them, the museum in the United States. You know, Holocaust Museum. They went and gave false information. All these fake people, they don't go and do proper investigation. We are really asking for America to come to a fact finding and to support the switch-led talks instead of listening to all these fake plan protest and all plan act by La Republique to water down the peace talk in Switzerland. The United States instead should join the peace talk and I want the United Nations to call for a fact fact-finding mission to Ambazonia and to see with their own eyes, talk to these people and see what is going on, and stop listening or watching all these fake videos that are perpetrated by La Republique agents like under Titus, a criminal who stole his brother passport and went to the UK and finally got citizen. You see how the West is covering some of these crimes, Secretary Chris.
Well,
I don't want to say that I come to this point.
Yeah,
You know?
Bishop John, you see, I don't think I am really worried at all about what some of those ladies lobbying for La République du Cameroon are trying to do. They have tried so many things already, and unfortunately, it just isn't working. It just isn't working for them. To the extent La République can no longer pay their lobbies. In the USA, they cannot pay lobbies, ladies and gentlemen, in the USA. And on top of that, they are printing counterfeit money to meet their expenses on ground zero. So why we keep on doing all that we can do to puncture every move of some of these ladies and groups? We are very, very thankful to announce to Ambazonians not to be worried that La République is failing at home and failing abroad in lobbying. But let us get back to one thing that you mentioned, Bishop John. Let me get to Ntumfoyn Bo Herbert. Tuesday, the interim government banned this newspaper called The Guardian Post. We have passed an injunction on that paper, and we have declared it is a contraband product anywhere in Ambazonia because, number one, we have known for a while that the publisher of the Guardian Post is in the pay pockets of French Cameroon. In fact, the editor or the publisher of that paper has flown, paid for by the CPDM, the Cameroon government, to fly from Cameroon to the USA to officially cover CPDM convention. You would think that Cameroon Tribune should be the one doing so, but no. They flew this guy on, I think at least that I know, two occasions to cover CPDM conventions in the USA. But our beef is with the fact that this guy continues to put on headlines which are not only deceitful but which aim at selling this revolution as though what we are trying to do is illegitimate and in fact that we are terrorists. So we have passed a ban on the Guardian Post from circulating anywhere in Ambazonia, and they can try and see who will succeed in the fight. But in Ntumfoyn, you have been monitoring this also for a while. You've been seeing the coverage of this newspaper for a while. I hope we were not wrong in banning that newspaper.
You know, I'll first say that, you know, newspapers are to be free at all times, but they cannot sell poison, and our people should recognize poison. It is the same as with brasserie. When you see poison, you should recognize it. The way you deal with poison is that you never buy it. Then they go out of business. Obviously, in this particular case, they are getting bankrolled by La République du Cameroun, so they will not go out of business because they are implementing a particular function. Just the same as, you know, Canal 2 on the Francophone side with somebody like Amugu Belinga, they're implementing a particular agenda, anecdote. They're doing that. Obama, who ended up at the gendarmerie, they're doing a specific agenda. The truth about that whole matter is that when you are working for them, like these people who went and worked for them at the so-called disarmament center, when they no longer have use for you, when they decide that you know too much, they take you out. That's what they did to Obama, who was calling all of us rats and was expecting that people should be killed in their numbers. That is what they are doing to Amugu Belinga right now. This person who said Biya was too magnanimous, he should have killed all Ambazonians. They're taking care of him right now. And this network does not limit with newspapers like the Guardian Post. This network includes journalists who are, in fact, CPDM operatives working for international media, whether it is VOA, it's Reuters, it's Africa Numero 1, or it's people reporting for Deutsche Welle, or you see people like Mimi for people are sitting in places pushing a one Cameroon agenda and using what is supposedly a fair, impartial reporting network to sell the agenda of a genocidal government. That is what La République tried to buy for $50,000 at the Holocaust Museum, and it backfired. That is what they have continued to buy from Human Rights Watch. We recall that Human Rights Watch, in order to publish their own report on human rights, obtained feedback from La République du Cameroon, printed the feedback, inserted it in their human rights report so that La République du Cameroon can refute everything that they were saying in that report, and then they distributed the report at the launch. And they were not happy. They did not stop there. At the end of the launch, when they finished talking, they said they were going to give the floor now to La République du Cameroon. La République du Cameroon had to be stopped from speaking because it was the UN Association of Reporters based at the New York headquarters of the United Nations that prevented that from the code of conduct from happening. But these groups, including Human Rights Watch, including a certain Ilaria Allegrozi, is not to be trusted. She calls herself a researcher on human rights. No, she is not. She is a lobbyist for La République du Cameroon, and Human Rights Watch is totally paid by La République du Cameroon. They are paid to play operation, and they have done nothing in this whole war that resembles a human rights organization. I will recall, however, that these are people for whom I have worked personally, people for whom I have sent in reports, and I can confirm that they are slave drivers because they never paid me a single dollar for all the reports that I filed with them. And one of these days, I will be in a very good mood to go up to New York and bring a lawsuit against them for slavery. And because they know what quantity of reports I wrote to them, I wrote and they publish freely. That's what Ilaria Allegrozi is doing. When the gentleman who provided the reports on Gabu provided those reports to Allegrozi, Allegrozi did not take care of their security. She did not wait for them to be out of Ngabu before she published the report. This young man was in danger of being killed because she was so irresponsible with the information that she received from this young man that she did not care about his well-being. This is how devilish these people are. And La République du Cameroon, in order to set up so that you would think that they're a credible human rights organization, they denied her entry into Cameroon when she arrived at Douala Airport. So she will look like the hero. Just as they have taken some people to jail and they have put them out now and they are promoting the federalist agenda and they have been given a profile. They're asking the international community to talk to them. This is just a trick. And I'm glad the international community is not falling for it, because what happened additionally this week is that they picked a week when the Secretary General of the United Nations was not in New York, so that the spokesperson, who is a French national, who is promoting the same agenda as the French, can then step up to the podium and refer to La République du Cameroon as the authorities, parties to this conflict, who are killing people, and they can fabricate that outrage about the killing of one person when they have not been outraged about the killing of 12,000 people. This is hypocrisy.
It is, in fact, very, very disgusting, ladies and gentlemen. We have only about 5 minutes to run up the...
Chris.
Yes, I'm coming to you. All right, come on, Bishop John, come on.
There is something I want to add. Those two women that I showed their picture and their names here, and you know, Human Rights Watch, Ilaria, as Omebo has said, these women are working with the ICC and they are trying to influence investigation by the ICC or by the lobbying of La République du Cameroon. We have internal sources that are telling us all these things. So you see, this is what is happening. Some people have taken side, and you see people who are promoting that one Cameroon, like the agenda of the United States. These are people who are affecting the lawmakers in the United States not to do the right thing. But let me tell you, it will not work, because we are not going to settle for anything less than the restoration of our independence, nothing less. That is it. And it is very, very evident that we got the Republic to their knees and we get them into their grave. This war will not stop. As I said before, that even if it is 40 years, we are ready to fight this war. We are inventing our own things and we'll continue to invent it. Our boys are becoming more ingenious like never before. And this is what we are going to do. So Ambazonia, anybody who is still on the fence, I tell you to get on the boat, on the bus. We are heading to Buea. Nobody should stand on the side. Nobody should stand on the side and pay your draft money. Pay your draft money so that we can prosecute this war. We will defend Ambazonia and we will drive away every enemy. So pay in those money. I just wanted to throw that in, Secretary. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Again, we have just about 3 minutes to go, but I will give Ntumfoyn and Barrister John to make the last points there. Speaking directly to Ground Zero, I have received messages upon messages from Ground Zero. There is pain on Ground Zero, seeing the killings going on the ground. Moyoka has had its own share in the past week, and people are very, very disgusted. Not disgusted in the sense of giving up, but disgusted with what French Cameroon is doing. And if there have ever been any resolve on Ground Zero in the people, it is now. But I like you, Ntumfoyn, and I like Barrister John to give them a word of encouragement. 1 minute each. I'll start with Barrister John.
Yes, thank you, Chris. I'm calling on all my compatriots who are on the ground, who are in Ground Zero, to remain as resilient as they have been. It is a saying that the darkest part of the night is an indication of daybreak. We are trapped. We are at that point of crossing to Buea. And I call on all our people on Ground Zero to remain resilient and listen and be careful not to be killed. If you have a brother, a cousin, an uncle, or whoever in the Cameroon army, don't trust that one for 1 minute. Stay away from them. If you see anybody that says he had put down his gun and he was in the detention center, they have now released him, he wants to come and live in the family, that is a traitor, that is a spy. Get rid of him by all means, because he will end up selling the family and La Republic will come and gun all of you down. This is what is happening. We are seeing what is happening in urban areas like Muyuka and so on, but we're not seeing what is happening in the villages. I am calling on all our people to be careful, like Secretary John Egawan was saying. La Republic just shot a pregnant woman and killed a pregnant woman. That is killing 2 people with 1 bullet, just because she was running away from them. Oh my God. Please make sure that when you hear something, say something, and let the whole of the population move to safety. Because this is the darkest time, and I want to assure you that Ambazonians in the diaspora are drafting, they are paying, and they will continue to pay. And I'm calling on all my brothers and sisters in the diaspora, please, if you have drafted, pay up your pledge. If you have not drafted, get yourself drafted, because it's an obligation during war. If you consider yourself a citizen of Ambazonia, please get yourself drafted so that we can finish this war that is very close to getting finished. La Republic is on its knees. They will come to Geneva, whether they like it or not. Let them go up, let them count down, let them kill people and mount and try to put it on our restoration forces. It will not work. Please, thank you very much for listening to me. I know that you will do the right thing. Stay safe. When you see something, say something so that the rest of the Quatra people, the rest of our people should be saved by what you say. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Barrister John. Let me get to Ntumfoyn for the last word. And after Ntumfoyn, I will open the phone calls. They would have gone, but I will open the phone calls to take a few phone calls from Ground Zero. Ntumfoyn, please.
Yeah, thank you very much, Secretary Chris. I'm going to have a few messages very quickly. Let me begin. The first message will be to the leadership that is in abduction, in deportation, in rendition in La République du Cameroun. You have our full support. You are in our thoughts and in our prayers every day. It is time for us to get back together on the same groove. We need to finish this business, and it is time for us to work like one team. Please trust your brothers who are out in the diaspora. Many of them could have taken the comfort of the diaspora and not be involved with this war. Please, let's work like a team. Number two, there is a reason for which you see La République du Cameroun changing the tactics of killings. When you see the beheadings, when you see people who are being floated down in rivers, when you see the banning of cutlasses, they send you one very clear message. They send you the message of Rwanda. The preparation in Rwanda went the same way. The banning of machetes in Rwanda was the signal that people should go out and use their machetes and kill people. This is what Atanganji is advertising to the world. And that process where you see the slitting of throats, increasing number of slitting of throats, that is going to accelerate, because that is what La République du Cameroun learned when they moved members of the Interamwe into Yaoundé. They trained them in perpetrating the same thing that happened in Rwanda. And this is what they're beginning now. It will step up because they are going to try to do a forcing about starting schools up. We have already seen it in Dongaramantong. The people of Ambazonia should get ready for a little discomfort. You have to stop colonial curriculum, because your children are being educated or uneducated to believe that they are subhumans. They are being uneducated to believe that they are second-class citizens, that they don't deserve the dignity of a country, they don't deserve the dignity to defend themselves or to defend their territory. Get ready for that. Now, don't fight a war as if you were living life fully. So shut down those bars. They don't help you. Stop the drinking of beer. It doesn't help you. Stay alert to what is going on. Get ready to shut down the territory, because we are getting to independence time and there's a time for us to step up our activity. If we don't step up, what you're going to see is additional killing on the part of La République du Cameroun. And so I salute the kinds of efforts that I've seen from people like the British Southern Cameroon's Restoration Forces. We started this war with people wearing chang shoes. I saw a graduation ceremony led by General RK this week in which people were bare feet. Now, I recall to you that the soldiers of George Washington here in the United States fought bare feet in the middle of winter. And if you know what winter it is, like walking around in a deep freezer with your feet without shoes. That is how they fought. And our people have to fight that same way. I know that there's about 100,000 people who are rolled up right now in restoration forces and in self-defense. We need to get to 200,000, because the movement forward calls on us to show to La République du Cameroun that what is going on in Ambazonia is unacceptable. Now, Atanganji Paul, I have a message for you and for your regime and for you, John Gute, these slave masters or the slaves of the slave master, and a message for Mr. Bia. Look to Bamako, Mali. What happened there is about to happen to you. That's not all. The second thing that's about to happen as well, and that's why La République soldiers who are fighting Ambazonia, you should turn your guns on those guys. Those are who you should go after. If you cross to Ambazonia, ask for the road to Nigeria. Our people will escort you to Nigeria where you can desert. You don't need to fight a war in which you have absolutely no stomach for. Ask our people, give your gun to our people, they will escort you so you can get away. All of the killing, La République du Cameroun, all of the killing that you are doing, the more gruesome it is, the more you are sending a message to the international community that we are irreconcilable. There is no need to talk about reuniting a country that is broken. And if Nigeria could have formed with Benin and decide at the end that they want to separate, they have a right to do that. That's the same right Ambazonia is exercising. So kill more people, because the world will see that these people hate themselves so much they cannot live together. You are helping our cause. Everything you do, God turns it to good for Ambazonia. I think you're muted. You're muted.
Thank you again, Ntumfoyn, and thank you, Bishop John. Thank you, Barrister John too. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you again next week, especially when we draft ABC. Good evening and good night, sirs. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I take you to a talking point on Kumba. What is going on in Kumba? For the past 3 weeks or so, the colonial officers in Kumba, ladies and gentlemen, have been plotting to shut down our regular ghost towns and lockdowns in Kumba for the past 3 weeks. We have learned that the senior divisional officer, the SDO, the mayors and the government delegates for both Kumba 1 and 2, I think that is Kumba 3, all of them, they have been going around the shops and the markets in Kumba trying to shut down the markets in Kumba. As we speak, we understand that Kumba main market in downtown is shut down by these colonial officers, because the traders will not cooperate. The traders will not cooperate to open their shops on ghost town days. And so the colonial officers came around last Monday and they shut down the shops and sealed the shops in Kumba Center Market. We understand that a few of them went back, paid, bribed the colonial officers and have their shops open. And so right now, as I speak, as I come to you, a few shops in front of the Kumba main market, not inside the market, but in front of the main market, are open. But the main market itself is shut down. In the rest of Kumba, in Fiango, the Fiango market is running. Every other place we learn is running. But the Kumba Center Market is a major point of attraction in Kumba. And for it to be shut down and deprive the traders of their rightful inheritance is quite problematic to us. And this is what we have resolved here at this interim government, together with the with Kumba local government area administrators. We are giving those officials, colonial officials in Kumba, the SDO, the DOs, the mayors, the government delegates, we are giving them up to Friday, ladies and gentlemen. We are giving them up to Friday to get every single shop in the Kumba main market unsealed. Now, failing which, if those shops are not unsealed by Friday, we shall be announcing a 2 weeks lockdown. A 2 weeks lockdown only for the city of Kumba. All of Kumba will be shut down. We think this is very, very necessary, because we cannot have shops in Kumba main market shut down, sealed, and other shops in the city are operating just normally. We have realized that in this revolution, we must collaborate. We must look for each other's back. And the traders in Kumba, must look for one another's back, must have one another's back. Any shop that is sealed or shut down in Kumba by the colonial administrators, every other shop must be shut down. We are also passing a warning to those other shops in the Kumba Center Market, those traders who went and bribed the colonial officers and had their shops open who are currently doing business at this moment, why the main market is shut down. We are passing a warning to them to shut down immediately. Immediately. We are asking them, if your shop was unsealed on Monday at the Kumba main market, we ask you to immediately lock it down and dare not pass there until every shop inside Kumba main market is unsealed. Now again, if by Friday the shops in Kumba main market are not unsealed, Kumba will witness a 2 weeks Mami Water lockdown in solidarity with those traders inside Kumba main market. If Kumba main market is shut down, every other shop in the city of Kumba must also be shut down. And we are going to do so. We have given the foreigners, the colonial administrators until Friday to unseal every single shop in Kumba main market. Again, failing that, beginning Monday, there will be a 2 weeks complete lockdown. Mami Water lockdown, they call it, in Kumba as a whole. All of Kumba. So we are waiting and we are watching, and we hope that they take this message seriously. Now, I want the traders in Kumba to know, everywhere in Kumba, not just in the main market, we want you to know we have your backs. We at this interim government and all Ambazonian restoration fighters out there in Meme and in Kumba in particular, they have your back. We are listening to your pleas, we are listening to your cries, and we are shutting down Kumba for all of you. All of you. Is one shop is sealed by the colonial invaders in Kumba. Every shop has to be shut down unless they unsealed those shops. So that is the message, ladies and gentlemen. Beginning Monday, if the shops in Kumba Center Market are not unsealed, Kumba will witness a Mami Water 2 weeks lockdown, complete lockdown. And the restoration forces have been given instructions on how to enforce this. They will do it. Expect that to happen. Now, thank you very much. Now, I will open the phone lines. And ladies and gentlemen, I have about 15 minutes for phone calls. 15 minutes for phone calls. I will open the phone lines. When I open the phone lines, please, before you call, make sure that your television set, the volume of your television set is shut down before you make your call. And again, remember, I'm only accepting WhatsApp calls. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, the phone lines are open. And remember my message to you from the beginning. ABC is drafting on August the 30th, and I need 15 Ambazonians who will call now to say, Secretary Chris, we appreciate the sacrifice. We appreciate what you are doing at ABC and for the revolution. I want to donate or pledge $1,000 for ABC for your basket. So please, if you appreciate what ABC is out here doing, if you appreciate the sacrifice that we put out here, I want you to fill my basket. I want you to fill my basket with at least $1,000 tax deductible if you are in the USA. Now, let me take the first caller now. All right. Hello.
Good evening, Mr. Secretary.
Good evening, sir. May I know where you are calling from, please?
I'm calling from Brazzaville, but today I noticed that ABC is have a problem. We are not well listening you correctly.
What is the problem that you observe?
The problem is that when you speak, it comes late.
Oh, there's a delay.
It's coming out. Yes.
Oh, okay. We don't have that problem here. I don't know why.
Okay.
You have that problem. We will find out.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for the good work you are doing for Ambazonia. That's all what I wanted to remind you, sir.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Let's get to the next caller here. Hello. Hello. Good evening, sir. Can you raise your volume or your voice a little bit, please?
Yes, I'm calling from Northern Zone. I'm Chris also.
Okay, thanks for the call, sir. What is your contribution?
I just want to appreciate the effort you're making and all the Bohebed, Bishop, and our barrister who contributed for the information we gave out today. I wish to say we are people should not be panicking. Hello?
Hello, yes, go on. I can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Go on.
Yes. Yes, our people should not be panicking. And like you just said about the Kumba market, I think they should be making a draft which can actually take care of, we haven't arrested any of these governors and the so-called, these colonial officers in our country. We need to target some of these guys, and at least as a price for these 4 years, we should have at least 2 senior divisional officers. Even the least should be 1 governor to prove to them our capability that this land belongs to us, not to them. We are created by God. We are owned by God. We are loved by God. They were created as people, loved by God, but they deny the second commandment, which demand that you should love your neighbor as you love yourself. So, as contrary to this covenant of God, they have the obligation to go to hell. We have the right to serve, to defend our people, defend our land. And this tactic of La République, killing women and using it as a strategy to tarnish the image of our Kumba boys. I like the briefing and the information you have passed out to educate our people. Such kind of information is necessary for our people, because this particular evening I was discussing with some of them who were really down. They felt bad. They thought our guys were the people responsible. And then I was just trying to inform them. Look, for example, when there is this plan to kill, when they are losing the war, they strategize in killing women, adapting people, targeting people they know they are of some kind of status in order to use them as a way forward. So I'm glad you people are making our people to understand, because you have just come to confirm to a good number of people by enlightening them this day about this evil plan of La République. So thank you very much.
All right.
But I wish you the best of God's blessings, and I say more blessed to you are able to all of you who are contributing, and to Moheb for a long time. He has been quite an outstanding man.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for the call, and you guys remain safe.
Presenting facts.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
All right. Okay, that was from Ground Zero. Let's see where this is coming from. Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, hello?
Hello, please, can you get closer to your phone? If possible, put the phone in your mouth and not on the speaker phone.
Okay, hello, good afternoon.
So your phone is like you are very far from your phone, please. You are using a speaker phone. Can you turn off the speaker phone?
Okay, sir. Hello, do you get me now?
That is better. All right. Where are you calling from, sir?
Yes, I'm calling from USA, sir.
Okay. And what is your contribution, sir?
Yeah, first, I just want to acknowledge the good job that you people are doing.
Thank you.
I'm sure the panel of today was so great. Yeah, there is one thing that I just want to put clear to the colonial administrators in Kumba. Please, we know they themselves don't go out there to lock their shops. It is their so-called workers. Our restoration forces should make sure they look at your faces. If they go out there and seal any shop, then they should just stay. They should pack and go and live with the administrators. If they see them in the quarters, then they should be penalized seriously, because the administrators themselves don't go to the market to lock the shops. They
Right.
send workers to go and lock the shops. So if they go there, then they are caught. Then they should penalize them seriously. That's my contribution for today.
All right. Thank you. I hope that you are going to support us with ABC Draft too. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, you said the 30th of August, right?
30th of August, correct.
Okay, yeah, so I will fill Secretary Chris's basket.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for the call, sir. Right. Let's see who is next. This is Ground Zero. Hello, sir. Hello. 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 I think we got poor connection there. Let's see who else. Hello.
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 Yes, sir.
Sir, can you get closer to your phone, please? To your
Yes,
microphone.
Yes, I'm very close.
Okay, where are you calling from, please? Yes, I can hear you now. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ground Zero.
What county?
Sorry, from Meme County.
Meme County. Okay, I guess you are calling from Kumba. What is going on there, sir?
Who killed Goliath? Chris Anu, can you tell me?
Is that important?
Yes.
Why?
You this fake thief pastor. Let me hear you say that rubbish again that you lock down Kumba, idiot.
Well, you can rest assured we are locking it down, okay? You have no choice. You have no choice. We are locking it down. You wait for that, okay? You have no choice. We'll see where you will run to. Call again try again next time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, the phone lines are open. Go ahead and make your call. I have about 7 minutes to go. And remember, I need 15 people. 15 people between now and Saturday who will say they will support ABC with $1,000. Support my basket in particular with $1,000 for ABC. All right, let me get to the next caller. Hello. Hello. Well, I have asked that way before you call, shut down the volume of your phone, please. Hello. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. I'm sorry, your volume is quite low. Can you raise it a little bit?
Okay, are you getting me?
Okay, it's better now. Where are you calling from, sir?
Okay, I just want to say sorry for that idiot that I've called from Kumba.
Yeah, we know he's an idiot. You don't even need to tell us that's an idiot. That's...
Hello?
Yes, go on, please. Go on.
Yes, my advice is that if they don't open those stores tomorrow, they should invite other fighters, even from Libyalem, or let them come to Kumba and enforce that lockdown, because the administration is just mad. We don't want that thing in Kumba. Let them leave us alone.
No, you don't have to be worried about forces coming. You don't have to be worried about forces coming needed from anywhere. We have enough forces inside Kumba. Just Kumba alone, not even all of Meme, but inside Kumba, and they are ready. Trust me, they are ready to go after these colonial officers.
Yeah, we thank you. Now, there's a problem we are having here. The sound quality and the image quality is not good.
I don't know what is going on. It looks perfect on my side here. I don't know whether it's only there on Ground Zero or all over the satellite. We will find out. Thank you for the call.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I should call it a day. I think I should call it a day here. But remember again, ABC draft coming up. Let me get this caller. Hello. Hello. Again, when you call, make sure the volume of your set is turned down for me to hear you. Hello.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling from right away from Ground Zero.
Which county on Ground Zero?
Balinyonga.
Balinyonga. Wonderful. Are you watching on TV or on your phone?
Watching on TV, sir.
How is the quality there? Because we get some complaints from, I think 2 callers have complained of the quality. One in the Congo, one in Kumba. How is the quality of your reception there?
Oh, it's good, sir. What we are just facing here is of no light. Those of many things like that, sir. But we thank God that calmly things a little bit better this way, sir.
Okay, all right, thank you. What is your contribution today?
Oh, no, sir, my contribution today is just to, since it's my first time to call, I want to just thank God for the grace that you people have been putting us, making us know that we are already going out of La Republic.
Thank you, thank you. We are gone out of La Republic. We are not going out. We are gone out. That is why they fight. We want all of you on Ground Zero. We want all of you on Ground Zero to remain strong, remain resilient, remain brave. And we know it is painful when you see all the killings and you see all the attacks. Freedom has never been easy. Freedom has never been easy. It's a huge sacrifice. It's a huge sacrifice. And please, yes, go on, please.
Oh, thank you. So I want to say thank you very much, and for the good work that you have been putting on. That we also pray that God will take us higher, never downwards. I want to also thank all the journalists who are working ABCD, Southern Cameroon Broadcasting News. I want to say more grace and more grace to the ever.
All right, thank you, and you remain safe, okay?
Yeah, have a good night.
Thank you,
have
thank
a good
you.
day, sir.
All right, thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is all that we can take today. That is all. Oh my. Okay, I will take this last one. I will take this last one and we'll call it a day. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
I will take this last one. Am I talking to Secretary Chris?
Yes, sir, you are talking to Secretary Chris live. Can you turn down the volume of your television or your set you are watching from, please?
Okay, Secretary, good evening, and in fact, I want to appreciate you for your job.
Thank you.
Yeah, Secretary, we are building a country that everybody will love, and some people will not see the effort in which you people are putting. That is why they can run their mouths anyhow and say rubbish, particularly to that caller that called and tried to insult you. Those are the type of people that we need. Those are the enablers that we are looking for. Also, such a number, I think, to make such a person to know that we are not fighting for ourselves, we are fighting for the rest of Amazonia. For him to make such a statement, the number is supposed to be taken and given to restoration of forces so that such people can be treated accordingly. These are things which we don't even need to tolerate, because when they start like that, that is how insult and a lot of things will be coming in.
All right. Well, I hear you, but you know we have thicker skin than those French Cameroon enablers. Their days are gonna be shorter than ours, and unfortunately, when we smile, when we laugh, they will be crying. But I hear what you say. We will give them some latitude to see if they get if they can repent and join the good side. Thank you for the call.
Yes, another thing before you go, Secretary, please.
All right.
These colonial administrators. These colonial administrators, since none of them has been touched, they feel and they think they are so tough for the Amazonian that they can do whatever they want. So if one of them, be it a DO, be it a governor, if one of them is taught at least a little lesson, I think most of them will take their position. Thank you. That is just what I want to chip in this evening as part of contribution.
All
Thank
right.
you very much. And
thank you. Where are you calling from, sir?
I'm calling from North Cyprus.
North Cyprus. Okay.
Yes.
So I guess you are watching. I guess you are watching on your phone or tablet or laptop or computer.
I'm watching on my laptop.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to find out about the quality there if you were watching on TV.
No,
all right.
No, I get to 5 on 5. I always follow most of the program. It's just that we are in a way we cannot contribute fully. But whatever information and whatever you send, we get it 5 on 5.
Okay. Thank you for the call. God bless.
Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry we cannot take any more calls. We will call it a day. We will call it a day, and I hope that I'm able to come back before the week is over. We will see. But if not, we got the Horizon, the women coming up tomorrow, and I think also Amber Focus supposed to be coming out live tomorrow. Saturday, we got County Roots and also many new programs. I think the analyst, who is doing the analyst? Yeah, we've got the analyst, and many other programs are coming on, ladies and gentlemen. So please stay put, stay glued to ABC, and I look forward to coming back to you either at the weekend or after the weekend. But please, I'm waiting for your message to support me. Support me. If you are my fan, my supporter out there, send me a message, a WhatsApp message on this number. A WhatsApp message on this number. Let me know that you will support, will put into my ABC basket at least $1,000. At least $1,000. I need 15 people, 15 Amazonians who will say, Secretary Chris, we just want to appreciate you, even though the money is not coming into my pocket, it's going into ABC. But I need people who will say, Secretary Chris, we just want to appreciate you and appreciate the sacrifice. I am putting down $1,000 to support you and to support ABC. So you got a number on your screen with which to send that message or that pledge to me. And once you do so, I will direct you to the Treasury where you can make the payment. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much again for tuning in today. It was a pleasure to be with you. I look forward to coming back again very soon. Good night.
You need a financial instrument that provides a hedge against inflation, 100% guarantees that you will not lose your money, has tax-free growth and distribution, the ability to take an interest-free loan, avoids probate, provides creditor protection, guarantees your family that your income will be replaced should you die, helps you protect yourself financially against chronic, critical, and terminal illness, and of course allows you to take money anytime for any reason at any age without a tax penalty. You need only as little as $50 to invest per month. Contact Irene Fombo. Tel 513-5014-177 or send an email to irenenpmsn@gmail.com. You need a financial instrument that provides a hedge against inflation, 100% guarantees that you will not lose your money, has tax-free growth and distribution, the ability to take an interest-free loan, avoids probate, provides creditor protection, guarantees your family that your income will be replaced should you die, helps you protect yourself financially against chronic, critical, and terminal illness, and of course allows you to take money anytime for any reason at any age without a tax penalty. You need only as little as $50 to invest per month. Contact Irene Fombo. Tel 513-5014-177 or send an email to irenenpmsn@gmail.com.
Some people put their heart for jobs and rings. Some they put their heart for Gambe. Some they put their heart for Nyongo. Some them say na witchcraft define. Some people worship stones, say na God. Some they worship sticks, say na God. Some they get na chain and rings. Where them they worship am as God. Na only you, me I know. Jesus, na only you, me I know. Omega, na only you, me I know. Na only you, Jehovah Jireh. Na only you, me I know. Jehovah Nissi, na only you, me I know. I am that I am. Oh. Na only you, me I know. Na only you, me I know. Nyakacha esaruku imukondo. Wabitubisa kechoroki. Mwana wasaruku motwari bombomo. Omongo nogimo, obombo imo. Muto wasaruku choma charira. Omusaki moreri mujerimo. Muto wasaruku bepa peri webe. Omusaki bepa wigerimo. Namari tata we kondoa. Uwe muti wose fali we morema. Namari tata we kondoa. Uwe muti wose fali we ma. Uwe bitimba ni choy. Uwe bitimba ni choy. Uwe bitimba ni choy. Uwe bitimba sangwe wabana. Na only you me alone. Jesus yeah. Na only you me alone. Another God nothing like you. Na only you me alone. Jesus yeah. Na only you me alone. Akmaniko. Jesus okena. Terrible mind. Akmaniko basike mi kono. Akmaniko. Akmaniko basike mi kono. Afikbonke mi nyongo. Afikbonke mi kono baba. Afikbonke mi nyongo. Afikbonke mi kono. Akpaniko. Na only you me alone. Cha. Na only you me alone. Afikbongo eria batibomo. Abate feni baga brother. Ariye ni kara ire ni koro. Awati fani baga.
Afonye di karere ni boro. Afi ponke mi gomerong no. Afi ponke mi kwekwono. Afi ponke mi tuayo no. Baba basi feri baga o. Afi ponke ni bono. Me bate fere baga korente abate njomi no. Afi ponke mi bono. Ndio hoke usere feno. Ukuka kemite meba se feneba. Ekorente basi amoto ino. Ubaga wete nyere nyakwe o. Mbono ki nyakwe o. Sakwe javiso ariongo fini bomo. Ayunu wene o. Sakwe javiso na gode o lamfoya. Doctor call you. You are the greatest healer. Even children call you Father, Father. Foresters call you Baba. That you are the tree of life. Na only you me know. Na only you me know. Kumo nu faweka abate feri baga. Kumo nu fawete abate feri baga. Kumo nu fawmitore abate feri baga. Keri ro mi abate feri baga. Etana ko wiyo fo fere ka kero ikono. Eliminati ya ko wiyo fo na fere kero ikono. Aye 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 aye. Mbo yoro te kamo aye cha aye. Nyako apaniko yori fo yori you me know. Papa toi j'ai mis ma confiance. Tu es tout pour moi. Papa toi j'ai mis mon corps. Tu es tout pour moi. Pour guérison, nul comme toi. Pour l'amour, nul comme toi. Pour puissance, nul comme toi. Nul comme toi. C'est noyon qu'on a beaucoup à vérité. Papa wa chete roli vochai na nyugwe. Amuko kwa Clementi bomba kojo na bariki. Amutekerai. Nina mutekera mutibromo ni chwema. Webi chomo pa mekimo. Nina mutekera mutibromo. Oma kwe Maria osisowa. Yo tata kwete tosucha. Yo kweme kwete tosukoro. Yo kweme kwete tosucha Chavis. Bocha Chavis asokono me music. Betoni jamba ya verori. Inasa kwa roko moto. Na only you.